Hi, good evening, everyone. Can you please confirm whether the audio and video is fine? And if it is fine, then we can start. Yeah, good evening, Varun. How are you? All right. So I am doing this live session on the request of lot of students who have sent me innumerable number of messages in the last few days. That sir, what is going to happen? That whether it will be the NEET exam in the 2023 or whether it will be the next exam. And I got messages from both the students. There are a lot of students who have appeared for the exam this year. There are students who are interns or final year MBBS students who are worried that what is going to happen. Another common query that I am getting is that when will be the exam? As the NBA has announced that it will be in the January or not. So in this session, we will try to answer those, and more important than that, that how to structure our study in a more effective way. Okay. I will also try to review the NEET paper, what has happened on 21st of May. There are mixed reviews that are coming up that um, some people say that the paper was very, very easy. Some people say that the paper is very, very difficult. So, I mean, the papers are always perception, um, depending on the student, how they perform. And I will not say that the student who have read very well, only they will say that the paper is easy. I have come across mixed opinion. It's a perception, it's a personality based. There are a lot of students who felt that the paper they did not perform well, but once the result come, they perform beyond expectations. On the other hand, there are a lot of students who come who say that they have done the paper pretty well, but the result is not as per the expectation. And so there are different kind of um, reviews that comes. Uh, I wrote the exam, so I have a pretty decent idea about how was it. Now, first of all, why did I write the exam? Why? So I wrote the exam is because when the NEET um, form came up, lot of students were having trouble in filling the admission form or application form. NEET PG, and so a lot of students were messaging me, ki, sir, what should I do on this column? What should I do on this column? What should I do on this column? So I thought of filling the form myself just to address to the student's query. So I filled it and I was able to fill it pretty easily, but then I got the idea what are the troubleshootings that were happened. So I just submitted it. I submitted the fee, so I submitted the form and I got the roll number. So I got the roll number, so I thought, okay, let us write the exam and let us see what the examiner is putting up the questions nowadays. So overall, if you ask me, I will say it was a typical balance paper, which I keep on telling to everybody. It was the same as a 20-30-30-20 rule kind of paper. That means that 20% of the questions in the paper were extremely easy. I mean, I have not studied many subjects in last so many years, but still a lot of questions were like that. I could answer it like this. 30% paper was an average paper. I mean, if you have done your homework pretty decently, if you have attended the classes from anywhere, I mean, irrespective of the platform, you could do that, and that make 50%. 30% of the paper, or I will say 30 to 35% of the paper was the whole point that is going to decide your rank in the exam. These were those nine, I will say 60 to 65 questions that is going to decide that who's going to get rank 1 and who's going to get rank 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000. Those were tricky questions. If your concepts are strong, if you have read it from the places who deal with the concept rather than the bulk reading, then probably you would have attempted it. And 10 to 15% of the paper was difficult. So that means I will say that 20 to 25%, 20 to 20 questions broadly were slightly more towards the tougher side that most of the students have not read. So more or less it will be same as the previous year, uh, with a slightly higher cutoff. That is what I feel. So, though I will make a separate video on this because I have I'm just collecting some of the data, and then probably in a day or so I'm gonna get on this data. Now let's come on to what will be there in the next year. Will it be NEET or next? So before I go on to this point, that please understand what is the meaning of this exam NEET and next. If you ask me, for me, there is only one thing that matters between the NEET and the next exam, and that is NEET is a post internship exam, and next is broadly a pre internship exam, what most of the people commit. So if you ask me, in 2023 it will definitely be a post internship exam. It will not be a pre-internship exam. It will be a post-internship exam. So the final year students who are watching this video at least need not to worry on this front. They will not be writing a PG entrance exam in 2023. So it will be a post-internship exam. That means those who are interns, they will be writing this exam. Those who are post-interns or taking a drop will be writing this exam. Okay. So it will be a post-internship exam. They cannot conduct an exam as a pre-internship exam on such a short notice, and specifically in this world of social media, in this world when everybody is answerable, they cannot do this. So it will definitely be a post-internship exam. Now the point is, what will be the pattern? So if you're going to look at the way that the exam that are coming up now, more or less they have already shifted the pattern to the clinical based pattern. Majority of the questions of the microbiology, majority of the questions of the anatomy that were there in the paper were not core anatomy. They were applied microbiology, they were applied anatomy. Like the questions of the anatomy were something like, a patient had a surgery on the leg, and he is feeling loss of sensations and the medial aspect of the leg, which nerve is likely to be involved. So it's an anatomy question, but it is an applied anatomy, that on surgery, but if a medial sensation at the medial end and side is lost, what will happen? Similarly, in microbiology, majority of the questions were applied microbiology, where clinical scenarios were given and the questions were based on those. And this is gonna be the pattern in the future. Be it NEET, be it next, that is gonna be the pattern in the future without a doubt. So I feel that you have to be well versed with the common clinical scenarios that gonna come, or that you're gonna see in our usual clinical practice. That is gonna be a boon for you. On a radiology front, I was it was a quite interesting thing. I mean, they tried to cover all the aspects. Again, a lot of radiology was there, but again, it was more of an applied radiology that was there in the paper. So applied pathology, applied radiology, Vivek, I will come to it in which month it will be conducted, and that is why this session has been planned for you. Okay, so please remember the take home message first as of now is it will be a post internship exam. All right. And I think I'm relatively sure on this point. And it will be a clinical based exam as happened this year. I was very happy by looking at the exam pattern, if you ask me, because the examiners have moved away from rote learning. That the questions which have no relevance, those questions have been totally gone, and it was a proper. In fact, if you ask me, any student who has read pretty well in the MBBS will be able to do a justice with the paper, and that is the ideal aim of the paper. A lot of time people ask me कि sir, if MBBS में पढ़ना ही है तो कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट की क्या जरूरत है ना, why you are giving us lecture, पढ़ाई क्यों आप हमसे बात क्यों कर रहे हो? So see, coaching institute or me are not there broadly to tell you that don't attend MBBS. If somebody thinks about that, so I think you have taken it in a wrong way. Anybody can crack the exam. And I always say, a lot of time people ask me, and that is what I have always followed in my life, and that is what I keep on following it, which I suggest to everybody, that it's basically a river. I mean, MBBS is basically a river and you are swimming across the river. A lot of people can swim across the river without a doubt. What we do is we just provide a boat, and the life becomes slightly simpler so that you can cross the river with an ease. That's all. That's the role that we're gonna play. Obviously, if you're not willing to cross the river, nobody can force you on that. And it's as simple as that. Nobody can force you on that. Yes, if you're ready to do the hard work, we are there with our boat ready for you so that you can cross. Okay, but we will make sure that the boat is going in the right direction. हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे कि बोट में तो बिठा दिया आपको और फिर बोट में आपको जाना था इधर और कहा चलो इधर चले जाओ, है ना? दैट इज व्हाट वी नॉट गोना. So it will be a clinical based exam and it will be a post internship exam. Now in this post internship exam, whether you want to call it NEET, you call it NEET. Whether you want to call it next, call it next. But for not all probability, till the time it's a post internship exam, they would want to call it NEET, not the next. All right. Now in which month the exam should be there? So as of now, so all these are speculations. I mean, if you ask me, even the Prime Minister, even the Minister of Health and Family Welfare, NBE, NMC, nobody can confirm the date. But the broad idea or the broad point was that it should happen in January. According to me, the possibility of conducting the exam in the January is unlikely. There are multiple reasons behind it. One of the biggest reason is that because of the COVID, the internship got delayed a lot. Obviously, it got delayed this year also. And majority of the medical colleges will not be finishing the internship by 31st of March. There's some of the colleges who will still be finishing, but majority of the colleges will not be finishing the internship by 31st of March. They will be conducting in January. Usually the cutoff date that they keep is 2 months. That's the broad cutoff date that they keep. So the chances of having the exam in January, though they have told it at one of the place, is unlikely. It should happen somewhere close to March. That is there. But having said that, I always believe that hope for the best and prepare for the worst. That is what I have simply believed in my life, that prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Though the chances of exam in January is less likely and it is more likely to be in March, I could have simply said नहीं January में ही होगा, ठीक है? But what I would suggest to all of you is that prepare it in a way that the exam will be in January. Do you know there is always an advantage of it. One of the video I just posted it on my own YouTube channel few hours back. It was a slightly controversial video, and that is why I did not put it onto this channel because of the challenges you all know. Problem क्या होती है? As a human being, we have a habit of delaying the things. It's a human nature. It's not your fault. It's a human nature. हम स्ट्रेस को डिले करना चाहते हैं. जैसे अभी भी क्या होता है ना, ये इसी बात में बात किया मैंने. What happens most of the time is we tend to delay. Like lot of time people will say, "Arey sir, we just finished the exam and you have come here again to give us lecture. Let us please relax for the please छोड़ दो हमें," है ना? That is what people say, sir, please छोड़ दीजिए हमें. आप फिर अपना कोर्स लॉन्च करने आ गए और आप अपने हमें रिलैक्स नहीं करने दे रहे. तो ये रिलैक्सेशन तो कभी होगा ही नहीं ना बच्चे, है ना? दिस रिलैक्सेशन इज नॉट गोना हैपन एवर. व्हाई? बिकॉज अभी रिजल्ट नहीं आया. आफ्टर द रिजल्ट काउंसलिंग नहीं आई. काउंसलिंग के बाद देयर आर 1000 अदर रीजंस एंड सडनली यू गोना रियलाइज अरे 8 महीने हो गए अब तो, है ना? फॉलो सिंपल प्रिंसिपल, एंड दैट सिंपल प्रिंसिपल इज, वर यू सैटिस्फाइड विद योर परफॉर्मेंस दिस ईयर? This is specifically for the student who have appeared for the exam. There could be only two answers, yes or no. If you're satisfied with the performance, relax. Period. Wait for the result. Whatever result that you get, pick up a branch and move forward in the life. That's all. If you're not satisfied, just ask yourself one question: why you were not satisfied? 90% of you will say that because you did not work hard the way that you should have done. So you have got the answer. You did not work hard the way that you should have done. तो बच्चे इस बार कर लो. That's all. इस बार कर लो, वरना there are people who gonna keep on coming and saying, they keep on coming and saying, अरे अभी रिलैक्स कर बच्चे, 20 जून को रिजल्ट आएगा. कहेंगे अच्छा अभी तो रिजल्ट ही आया ना, रिलैक्स कर, अभी काउंसलिंग की डेट आने दो, हो सकता है इस बार सीटें बढ़ गई हैं, यू गोना गेट अ सीट. they will give you this. There is no harm in reading. There is no harm in reading. It is as simple as that. Okay. Now I know that some of you will not take it in a good taste. Then right now, do you know what has happened? I will make a series of videos on this now. Uh, what has happened is, unfortunately, in order to get more likes, people have deliberately started posting those contents onto the social media, which they know that some of the people who are not interested in studies, they're gonna like it, and even they know from their heart that what they are speaking is wrong, but still they will talk because they know that this is what some people want to listen who are more active on the social media. But the students who want to study, they are not that active on the social media. They are there just to watch a 5-minute video, a 5-minute guidance, and they move forward. They don't waste their time too much onto the social media. But unfortunately, this is the series that has been set up over a period of time. I will not do this. So please stay focused and start reading. If you think that you are not satisfied with your performance. Okay. All right. So 2 points that I have told you, that it will be a post internship exam, and a post internship exam, it will be a clinical based exam, and till the time it's a post internship exam, it will be called as Neet. As of now, the date is January, but the possibility of happening it in January is less likely, but still we will prepare it in a way as the exam should happen in the January. Okay. अमार, हाँ बच्चे, तेरा ही तो वेट था मेरे को, तेरे बच्चे तेरे जैसे, दिस इज द स्पेसिफिक काइंड ऑफ पीपल दैट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर, है ना, यही यही बच्चे हैं. बट मेरे को ना एक चीज आज तक समझ नहीं आई. If you don't like this session, why you are in the session? Are you being paid to be in the session? If you are being paid to be in the session, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. मेरी वजह से अगर कोई पैसे कमा सकता है तो इससे अच्छा तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता. And if you are not being paid, तो you watch a session that gives you an enjoyment, है ना, rather than this. Alright. So, but anyways, I will pray from the God that you get some sense, है ना. You दुआ करूंगा अल्लाह से कि तुमको सद्बुद्धि मिले. चलो, तो 2 क्वेश्चंस थे जो मैंने आपको आंसर कर दिए. ऑलराइट. एनी स्टूडेंट हु वांट्स टू स्टडी, एनी स्टूडेंट हु वांट्स टू प्रिपेयर एंड थिंक that they need our help, we are there, and we are there to help them, to support them, as I told you, to provide them a boat. Okay. Acha, now pattern of the exam, will it be a 3-day exam or will it be a 1-day exam? Okay, so very right doubt, Anurag. I think we need to wait for a month or so to get a clarity on this. I feel so that till the time it's a post internship exam, they will not change the pattern that drastically. The change of that pattern from 1-day to 3-day should happen only once it is gonna a complete next pattern that they are looking for, that 2 paper or a 3 paper. There are lot of things which are going on. Now the point is, why I don't want to comment specifically on the next exam, because the guidelines of the next exam are still not yet being completely defined. So the person who are making the guideline, even they themselves are not aware. So even if they themselves are not aware, who are we to comment on those part? Okay. और alright. पेडियाट्रिक रेडियोलॉजी पे सत्यम वीडियो बनाएंगे. हाँ बच्चे, मैं बहुत पैसा लेता हूँ, मेरा पूरा राइट है ना पैसा लेने का. तू मेरे लेवल पर पहुंच जा और ले पैसा, बट अपना लेवल उस लेवल पर लेकर आ, फिर बात करेंगे ना. तो ऑब्वियसली देयर इज नो हार्म इन अर्निंग मनी. हु इज टेलिंग दैट इट इज हार्मफुल टू अर्न मनी? भैया मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट करेंगे बच्चे. डॉक्टर प्रवीण इज आउटसाइड, सो लेट हिम कम बैक एंड देन वी विल डिसाइड on when is making sorry Amar for that बच्चे. yeah, so basically मेरे वीडियोस में those who do not like it, क्योंकि मैं वो नहीं कर पाता मुझे लगता है कि जो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ठीक है और जो मेरी ओपिनियन है मैं उसके बारे में बात करूंगा. आई डोंट से अ स्टेटमेंट बिकॉज आई नो कि अच्छा स्टूडेंट ये सुनना चाहते हैं तो आज ये बोल दो. दैट इज व्हाट आई डू नॉट डू. दैट इज आई एम वेरी वेरी क्लियर बिकॉज ऊपर जाके किसी को आंसर करना है एंड रात को सोने से पहले ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने जानबूझ के कोई गलती करी. अगर आप लाइफ में ये मोटिव बना लो तो द लाइफ इज गोना बी वेरी वेरी सक्सेसफुल. ऑलराइट, सो दो बातें मैंने आपको बोल दी बच्चे. प्लीज रिमेंबर, in all probability we will be having a post internship exam. We will keep the date in our mind as January. Okay, अभी lot of student might say कि भाई मार्च में अभी आप बोल रहे हो सर तो फिर मैं जनवरी के हिसाब से क्यों प्रिपेयर करूं. देखो क्या बोला, प्रिपेयर फॉर वर्स्ट एंड होप फॉर द बेस्ट. हम जनवरी के हिसाब से प्रिपेयर करेंगे. 2% चांसेस है जनवरी में एग्जाम हो जाए. आई एम इन अ सेफ जोन. Let's say exam happens in March. I have some extra time to do some extra revision. I will not have a panic attack. Otherwise, do you know what will happen? If I will train my mind कि मार्च में एग्जाम होगा तो अभी मैं कहूंगा चलो मार्च में है ना, चलो बहुत टाइम है, चलो अभी एक महीने छोड़ देते हैं. Let's leave for 1 month and I'm gonna do delay, keep on delaying. This is what I will keep on doing it. But now the problem is if I'll keep on delaying it, what will happen? Let us say 2% exam happens in January. You will have such a panic attack that you will not be able to do anything. One. Second, because you are already delaying it, you will not be able to complete your course. You will not be able to do your complete revisions. Rather, in fact, do you know, I'll tell you a very, very interesting point. Last year, we did a mentorship program and the exam was supposed to happen on 12th of March. We started the course on October where we gave a schedule to the students. And lot of students we were discussing कि यार सर एग्जाम पोस्टपोन होगा नहीं होगा. तो I told them कि बच्चे we will consider the exam date as 12th of March and we will finish our course by January. By 31st January we will finish our course. And one day I told them, do you know the best thing that can happen is that by 31st of January we will finish the course. In the first week of February we get a notification that the exam is postponed. And this is exactly what happened. Do you know what is the biggest advantage that happened to the students? Because they finished their course on 31st of January and exam got delayed for 2 months, they had more time for the revision. In comparison to those students who were hoping for that, they just wasted their time. And that is the same thing that I want to tell you right now. Please, please focus on that exam is happening in January. Though it can happen in March, but it should happen in January. Okay. Now, what you have to do? Lot of time people ask me कि सर क्या पढ़ें, कैसे पढ़ें? तो guys, बहुत ही simple rule है. बहुत ही simple rule है. Focus at one place and do multiple revision. Period. Just pick up one source and fulfill it. Just pick up one source. Target the exam. I'll tell you a very, very interesting story. There was one of my student, his name was Dr. Prerna. She was from Maulana Medical College. She appeared for the exam and she got rank 1 in DPG. She was my junior also from Maulana Medical College and she got rank 1. You cannot get a better rank than this ever. In the May INICT, she got rank 6. When I interviewed her, when she got rank 6, I asked her, Prerna, how could you read? And when did you start reading for the INICT exam? Do you know what she said? She said, sir, I never stopped. I never stopped. The day NEET exam happened, I took a break for 2 days and I started reading again. Though I knew that I had a very, very good paper, but still NEET was never the aim. The aim was always INICT. In November INICT, I could not perform well. So what I did is I started preparing again. Just 2 days break that I took. I even did not wait for the NEET result, though I knew that I did the paper pretty well. So the point that I want to tell you guys, the point that I want to tell you is that please make sure that what is your aim. And you know it best. Nobody else knows it. I cannot say that, okay, don't worry, you're gonna prepare for the INI. You know it best that whether your aim is INI CT, whether your aim is NEET. A lot of time you're not aware of that. Try GTs and see how much you are scoring in those particular GTs, and then they're gonna give you a broad idea, because ultimately what you have read in the MBBS is also gonna matter. INI CT is gonna be in the second week of November. So if you're targeting INI CT, you should be able to get your readings once again by 30th of September. That is the time by which you should be able to finish your reading. If you are aiming for the NEET exam, you can take up to 30th of November or first week of December. 30th of November is the ideal time by which you can take your reading. Now try to pick up the consolidated things in a way which you are able to finish in that much time. So that means, let's say that you start now, or maybe after taking a 3 to 4 days break from June. So June, July, August, September, October, November, we have around 6 months. We are around 6 months for our preparation for the first complete reading. 6 months means 180 days. If you want schedules from me, I will provide you the schedules. Identify that what kind of mistakes that you did. If you think that you are a person who can read on your own, try to write subject-wise test initially. If you want to join a test and discussion courses, you can do that. If you think you cannot read on your own, and a lot of time in the last year you have wasted just because you were not regular with the studies, join a course where there is a regular studies which are finishing the course on those times. Okay, we have a lot of courses. We have fast track TNDs for INI CT. We have normal TNDs which are targeted for the NEET exam. We have regular batches. You can ask from your different franchisees in your cities or online, or you can put the request into the comment section, and the team can contact you, or maybe if there is a link of WhatsApp group that are there, you can join and inquire about that. But the INI CT, if you're preparing for an INI CT, ideally you should be able to finish your course by 30th of September. For the NEET, you should be able to finish your course by 30th of November. I know the exam might not be in the January, but still okay. I will have more time. I will be able to do 2 to 3 revisions rather than just lingering on to my subject. Please pick up the resources which you are able to finish, and more than finishing, you are able to revise them. है ना, एक बहुत ही पुराना स्टेटमेंट है कि उतना ही खाना डालो थाली में जितना हम खा सकते हैं। या एक मेरा एक फ्रेंड है, वो बड़ा एक इंटरेस्टिंग स्टेटमेंट देता है कि श्रीलंका का मैप तो बना सकते हैं बट अरेबियन सी का नहीं बना सकते। तो अपने कंटेंट को अरेबियन सी मत बनाओ, अपने कंटेंट को श्रीलंका का मैप ही बनाओ, which you can easily identify, which can easily draw and redraw also. So the aim of any preparation is not to read, it is to recall. How much you are able to recall in the exam. I will give you a broad some of the schedules. Basically what I am trying to show you, I am trying to show you the schedule that we have prepared for different batches. You can use these schedules for your preparation. It is not mandatory for you to join the course. If you want to join, you can definitely do that. But if you don't want to join, you can use these schedules for your self preparation. That's a pretty decent way that you can do. What you can do is you can start with 30th and you can do microbiology for 5 days. Then you can use 3 days for your revision, doing the question bank for this subject. Then you can start with OBG. You can give 7 or 8 days to the OBG. Then you can have a break. Then you can pick up a short subject like radiology, skin. Then you can give a very, very good amount of time to medicine. Like I have given 3 weeks to the medicine. Then you can give more time, again 3 weeks to surgery. It is a good idea that keep medicine and surgery in the middle of your schedule. Why? Because that's the most productive time, and the medicine and surgery are the two most important subjects of our entire preparation. And then you can keep peds, patho, anatomy, physio, biochem. I'll share these schedules with all of you in psychiatry, anesthesia, ortho, PSM, ENT, pharma, and by November you are finishing your course. If you think that you have covered it and you want to prepare for the INI-CET, I am sharing the schedule of the fast track DND with you. I will share all the schedules in the comment section and in the discussion over here, as well as onto the Telegram channel of DBMCI, as well as on my own Telegram channel. So that's the schedule for the fast track. Even if you start in the first week of June, you will be able to finish all the 19 subjects by 27th of September. If you do not want, because you have already created your notes, you've already read it multiple times, but you just want a schedule on a test and discussion for the NEET pattern, this is another schedule that I have prepared, which is starting from the 2nd of June and finishing on 5th of December. So the broad idea that I want to tell you is that the single most important thing that is needed is focus, right direction in the way where you have to take it forward. So now broadly, this is the point. I will share these schedules with you. If you want our help, do let me know. If you want to join the course, do let me know. I will be more than happy to assist you. We will be launching a mentorship batch also very, very soon. Those who are not aware about the mentorship batch, where we try to talk to the students daily on a Zoom call from 8:45 to 9 a.m. That's a fixed time. The whole idea about that is not to teach. It's basically to keep you on the track. Sometimes we teach also, but most of the time to keep you on track so that you can utilize your day in an effective manner. The results have been very, very encouraging. Students have supported that a lot. A lot of students have messaged us that the course helped them a lot in a lot of ways. We will be launching that in a soon, but mostly in the first week of June or the last 30th, something like that. It will be a completely structured program where you will be getting a schedule also. If you want us to guide you along with the subjects, these are the programs. There is a regular batch that we are starting from 30th of May. It will be finishing on 3rd of November. There is a fast track TND specifically targeting INI-CET starting on 2nd of June, ending on 27th of September. And there is a normal TND which is starting on 2nd of June and ending on 5th of December. So these are the three programs, the mentorship program that I have to offer you if you think that you need our help. If you don't need these things, you can still use the schedule to prepare on your own way. Just remain to the schedule. It will be a post-internship exam, but an advice to the final year students that read the final year subjects in a decent amount of depth in final year, because if your concepts are strong in the final year, the internship helps you in building it up in a better way and to give more time to the pre and paramedical subjects like the first and the second year, and that is very, very helpful for those. So that is all from my side, guys. Now your doubts. Yes, tell me. I have not checked the doubts, so let me see the doubts, and according to that, I am going to answer it. What is a crash course? See, crash course का मतलब होता है कि the time is less. A regular course is always better than a crash course. Please try to understand this. We have 6 months, so we can utilize those 6 months in a much, much better way. When the exam will be 3 months away, and because of whatever reason student is not able to study, that is a time. But now we have time, so it is better to start it at this time. Why do you want to waste your time? प्राइवेट की फीस का 50% कम होगी कि नहीं, चल रहा है इसके ऊपर डिस्कशन. आते रहते हैं पॉइंट्स. कभी कभार कोर्ट डिसीजन आ जाते हैं, देन मैटर सब जुडिस हो जाता है. सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इफ्स एंड बट्स दैट कीप्स ऑन कमिंग. बच्चे व्हाट इज योर, अच्छा सुमित का ही आंसर था. ओके, आई एम अ पोस्ट इंटर्न एंड ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीटेड माय फर्स्ट स्टडी. नाउ शुड आई प्रिपेयर फॉर द नीट पीजी एग्जाम विद अ जॉब और नॉट? ओके, या वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट रचित. ओके, देखो, माय एक्सपीरियंस सेज that if you're working for 3 to 4 hours in a day, your productivity is far better in comparison to if you're not doing anything. That is my experience. एंड दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट रीजन दैट वी स्टार्टेड द मेंटरशिप प्रोग्राम। क्यों? क्योंकि मोटिव ही नहीं होता ना सुबह जल्दी उठने का। जॉब पर जाना है तो आपको पता उठना पड़ेगा, है ना। ये पड़ेगा वर्ड लगता बहुत बुरा है, बट अल्टीमेटली हम करते ही इस पे काम है, हम इसके अलावा काम ही नहीं करते। सो बट प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, अगर आपने जॉब ज्वाइन कर ली 9-10 घंटे की डेली, तो फिर सब कुछ खराब, तो फिर सब कुछ खराब हो जाएगा। Okay, so unless you have a very very significant financial challenge, don't join for long hours. But yes, if you get a job where you have to go once in week, once in 2 weeks, 2 days in a week, or 3 to 4 hours, or there is a JR ship which is very very easy. We employ a lot of MBBS doctors at our centers, which as a part of my NGO Doctors for You, in different cities, where majority of time, since it's charitable work, there are not too many patients, less number of patients that are also there. So the different places that are there, but identify joining it for 8 to 9 hours continuously for a day with hectic work, I will not recommend till the time you have a financial challenges. If you don't have that, then don't do it. But yes, up to 3 to 4 hours is absolutely okay. So बच्चे NEET or next, I think I have already spoken about it. If you're gonna go back and check the video, it will be a post internship clinical based exam. In all probability, it will be a 1 day exam, not a 3 day. You want to call it NEET, you call it NEET. You want to call it next, you call it next. But I think that the examiner is gonna say it NEET. Post intern, should I join TNT or regular batch? Satyam. Okay, yes. So this is actually a very very important point. Please remember, if you think that in the exam your concepts were not strong at all, then join a regular batch. If in this exam you felt कि यार मेरी रैंक तो आ रही है, but I'm not satisfied with the rank. Let us say you say कि यार मेरी रैंक आ रही है 25,000 and I don't want this, मेरे को कम से कम 4-5 हजार टाइप में रैंक चाहिए, then join a TNT. It's an honest, genuine advice to you. If you think that you are not getting qualified this time, join a regular batch. Then don't move towards a TNT. Then don't move toward TNT. You are getting a 35,000 rank, a 40,000 rank, or maybe you are, let's say you are getting in a recall, you are getting a score of 400 to 450, and you want to get a score of close to 600, because you don't want to get a rank within 5,000. You have to target broadly 580 to 600, 550 to 600 score. That is what you have to target. Then join a TNT. So that is how you have to divide. It will be an MCQ based exam, bache, without a doubt. It will 100% an MCQ based exam. I mean, there is no confusion on that. Okay. Is it fine to read notes made 3 years back during MBBS in a coaching? Yes, Rekha. It will be very good. If you have created the notes in the foundation courses in any of the institute, then you see one more point. Bhatia, DAMS, Marrow, Prep Ladder, A, B, C, D, कुछ नहीं मैटर करता बच्चे. Then it needs a lot of guts to say this on this matter नहीं करता. Ultimately एक ही चीज मैटर करती है, आपका डिटर्मिनेशन. अगर आपका डिटर्मिनेशन है ना, तो आप बिना कोचिंग के भी क्रैक कर जाओ. और अगर डिटर्मिनेशन नहीं है, तो आपको कुछ भी दे दूं, मैं आपको पेपर भी दे दूंगा ना, तो भी क्रैक नहीं कर पाओगे. तो फर्स्ट थिंग दैट इज नीडेड इज डिटर्मिनेशन. सेकंड, लैक ऑफ डिस्ट्रैक्शन. Lack of distraction. Third very very important point is whatever resource you choose, आपकी अपनी capacity है. Every student has a different capacity. Choose it in a way which you will be able to revise multiple times. Live classes, face to face or internet based, are always better than the recorded classes, because recorded classes are nothing like a book. It is nothing like a video. It is just a video book. Now, if you ask me, उनका कोई फायदा नहीं है? नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है, फायदा है. There are a lot of people who, because of their schedule, cannot attend live classes. There are a lot of students who are at places where the facility of the internet is not very very clear, or they do not have an access to them. They also have a right to study. For them, recorded classes are boon. But if you have an access of a face-to-face class, if you can afford it, if you have an access of a live class, the kind of schedule, the kind of learning that you're gonna get will be unmatchable, and it goes unsaid. There are 1 to 2% of the students who are always very very focused in the life. उनको मैटर नहीं करता कि ये लाइव है कि ये रिकॉर्डेड है, बिकॉज दे आर फोकस्ड पीपल. बट फॉर मोर देन 95% of the people, it is not there. For them, a proper structured scheduled classes are far far more important than the internet based or the recorded classes. अच्छा सुमित, करा ना मैंने आपको आंसर इस बात का कि जो 50% सीट्स है, हाँ गवर्नमेंट बात तो चल रही है इस बात की, एक नोटिफिकेशन भी आया था इसके ऊपर, बट इसका फाइनल डिसीजन क्या होगा, वो सब जुडिस जाएगा कि नहीं जाएगा. देखो डिसीजन दे भी दिया और मैटर कोर्ट में चला गया और कोर्ट ने स्टे लगा दिया, तो कुछ नहीं बोल सकते ना. तो इट इज टू प्रीमेच्योर टू से ऑन दिस पार्ट. Okay, with 580 score, can I? हाँ बच्चे, if you have scored 580, Varun, you should definitely try for the INI-CT बच्चे, if you have a capacity to read. If you have a capacity to read, definitely try for it. The people like you are the one who come out with great result in the INI-CT. 100 mixed bag MCQ is a very very good idea, Rekha. Very very good idea. But again, it also depends that where do you stand in your preparation. If you have not covered the individual subjects pretty well, then the subject-wide MCQs at the first go is the better idea. But if you have already done them once, then the 100 bag mixed is a good idea. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Rajiv. First read up to November, then how to go over revision. तो बच्चे नवंबर तक पढ़ते हैं साहिल, then I will come back again. अगर भगवान ने चाहा और जिंदा रहा तो मिलेंगे नवंबर के बाद, बट अभी एक बार नवंबर तक की रीडिंग कंप्लीट करते. Dermatology or psychiatry? Oh. So if you're talking about NEET PG 2022, let us wait for the result and then we will talk about it. Alright, so that is all from my side. Thank you very much for your time, and please NEET, okay, NEET PG. But Rahul, I have spoken about this in the video. If you're gonna scroll it back, you're gonna see it. I don't think it was a tough paper. In a day or two, I'm just waiting for some data. I have requested for some data. I'm just waiting for some data, and in a day or two, I will tell you that what should be the broad expectation from the exam in a day or so. So that is what I'm gonna do. Okay, all right, guys. So that is all. Thank you, Mavia. Thank you, जैन. बच्चे, मेंटल स्ट्रेस तो हर किसी को होता है ना. हर किसी के लाइफ में अलग रीजंस का मेंटल स्ट्रेस है. आप लोगों के दिमाग में मेंटल स्ट्रेस किस चीज का है? एग्जाम का. जो लोग पॉलिटिशियंस हैं उनके दिमाग में मेंटल स्ट्रेस किसका है? कि वो अगले साल जीतेंगे कि नहीं जीतेंगे. जो सीएम है उसके दिमाग में मेंटल स्ट्रेस है कि वो पीएम बनेगा कि नहीं बनेगा. तो हर किसी के दिमाग में एक मेंटल स्ट्रेस तो है. ट्राई टू रिमेन कंटेंट इन द लाइफ. Try to remain content in the life, whatever that you have, just think about that how I can make best out of it. This is what I have done in my life. Maybe one day I will show you, I will discuss a story, my own story with all of you. I have seen all the sectors, all the spectrum in my life, and I can tell you that I was content. And when I say content means that whatever I had, I always tried to make best out of them. Rather than thinking about anything else, I have always tried to that. The day you do that, the mental stress automatically goes down. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Please, and I always say one point to the students, and that please, if you think that we are of some help to you, एक बड़ा important aspect है social media में. जब गाली देनी होती है तो सब लोग सबसे आगे आ जाते हैं, है ना. फ्रस्ट्रेशन, सोशल मीडिया क्या है, इट्स एन प्लेस टू टेक आउट फ्रस्ट्रेशन, बट इट इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग प्लेस. मैंने ना एक अभी थोड़े दिनों पहले एक सेशन अटेंड किया. इट लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स गॉट चेंज इन माय लाइफ आफ्टर दैट. इट वाज अ सेशन बाय बीके शिवानी from Brahma Kumaris. So I mean, a lot of things got changed. She's such a great orator and so clear thoughts. तो उन्होंने बड़े टाइप बोला, मतलब it was a felicitation program for the people who have done lot of work in the COVID. So she was talking about that कि लोग धन से सेवा करते हैं, मन से सेवा करते हैं, बट एक चीज होती है वाणी सेवा. एंड वाणी सेवा का मतलब होता है कि अगर आपको किसी से प्रॉब्लम है ना तो आप बता देते हो, बट अगर आपको लोगों की बातें अच्छी लगी तो उसको भी बताना बहुत जरूरी होता है. वो बहुत एक वो वाणी सेवा नाम का उसको चीज बोलते हैं. तो समझ जाओ क्या बोल रहा हूं. अगर आपको लगता है, इफ यू थिंक दैट वी आर ऑफ सम हेल्प टू यू, प्लीज लेट अस नो, और प्लीज लेट द अदर पीपल नो. प्लीज spread the positivity. If you think that you do not like something about me, tell it to me directly, and I will assure you that I will try to improve on that. क्योंकि मेरी नेगेटिविटी आप क्यों बता रहे हो, मेरे को इंप्रूव कराना है ना, तो वो मुझको बताओ. और अगर आपको लगता है there is something positive in me, tell it to the other people so that positivity can spread. Keep negativity to me, tell me, and I can assure you that I will try to improve on that. There are a lot of things, there must be a lot of shortcomings in me. Tell it to me, tell the positive things to the other people. Okay, all right guys, thank you very much for your time, and I will stop for the day. I will share all these schedules on our Telegram channels as well as onto our Facebook group, and do let me know if we can help you out in any form, in any way.